Hello my dear students, welcome to GATE Academy, and this is my introduction video for what? For our GATE mathematics in English, because we have done and we have the superb response and also from splendid result which have been converted in GATE 2021. So in our pen drive, G drive, VOD and tablet course, right? So here my dear students, we have I have divided into the 10 chapters which are really very important. This syllabus is for all electronics, electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, civil, chemical, production, architecture and various and plenty of branches we have in our GATE for our GATE examination, right? So the number one, the very first chapter my dear students is linear algebra, right? We have divided this complete session, complete video or complete we have divided into 10 chapters. This is first thing. The second important thing is what? These 10 chapters are again having the topics, fine, and the topics we have what? Lectures, right? So this is completely a balanced system, or we can say this is completely a balanced course for the GATE examination, and more than sufficient also, right? And also I have done with the previous year examination question, and also for the for you I have done with the ESE. And yes my dear students, it is really very important for you all that in my what you can say in our GATE Academy global channel we have the videos for the mathematics also, and we have different varieties of concepts also, right? So dear students, we have divided, or I have divided this complete what we can say syllabus into 10 chapters, right? The number one is what? Linear algebra. First is what? Linear algebra. It is really very important. In linear algebra, starting with what? Starting with the very basic concepts, right? Starting with the basic concepts. So number one, basic concept, which is really important. In basic concept we have done with the types of a square matrix, adjoint, inverse, determinant, which is really important, and what we can say, the multiplication, the very important, and what we can say, the small things of matrix, right? In this is basic part, right? Again, after the basic part we have what we can say, dealing with the topic. This topic is nothing but the eigenvalue and eigenvectors, which is really important for our GATE examination as well as ESE. You can see in ESE 2020 the very first question from the electrical branch of only the property of eigenvalue, right? So eigenvalue, eigenvectors, which is related with what? Again, it is related with the types of a square matrix. Then we have eigenvectors. Finally, eigenvector. Concept of diagonalization is really important. So we have the another one, concept of diagonalization, dear students. And then after, the rank of the matrix. And in rank of the matrix, we are going with the dependency, concept of dependency, which is really important. Concept of dependency, and then related with the concept of dependency, finally we will discuss the last topic, which is what? Types, which is what? Two types of the solution of simultaneous linear equation, my dear students, right? Simultaneous linear equation is really important. And then after we have a smallest topic, that is nothing but the basis of matrix, or basis space of the vector, basis of the vector space, which is a topic, right? So it because this is the theoretical part, we have the various concepts, we have the various key points, and during this lecture, if I'm saying pause the video, please write down this statement, or please note this line. So you just need to follow me, that's it, and that will be enough for you, my dear students, right? And in next part we are starting with what? Differential equations, right? So differential equations is nothing but we have done with the class 12th examination. So in class 12th we have what? First degree and first order differential equation, my dear student. So first, again, differential equation, we have three parts. In differential equation we have three parts. The very first important part is nothing but the formation of the differential equation. The second part is what? The classification of differential equation, or we can say the representation of differential equation. The representation of differential equation consists again 6 parts: order, degree, linear, nonlinear, and homogeneous and non-homogeneous. These are the less important part, but yes, this is less important, but yes, this we just need to learn that, really important, right? For 1 mark again, and for theoretical part again. And yes, sometimes it is asked to evaluate the degree, because evaluate in the sense what, for what we can say, for order you just need to see the differential equation, but for the degree we have some tricks, so I'll be discussing you the tricks also. The third part is nothing but very important part, which is a solution of the differential equation. And my dear students, in solution of differential equation, again we are having two parts, right? The homogeneous and non-homogeneous. And again it is what, based on the ordinary differential equation. So I'm having here ordinary differential equation and what, partial differential equation, right? So for ordinary differential equation, I'm having what, homogeneous, non-homogeneous part, right? I'm having what, first order differential equation, which is really important. Cauchy's linear differential equation, which is really important, right? So dear students, these are nothing but very important part for our GATE examination. And yes, at last but not least, the solution of partial differential equation is also important, dear students. Fine. Now the number third is the third chapter is nothing but, see, integration. That means what, differential or integral calculus. The integral calculus, it is not what we can say, it is not tough as a class 12th or JEE examination, but yes, it is based on the property. So number one is what, the property of definite integral, which is important. The second is what, what here we can see, multiple integrals. In multiple integrals we have done with a very important topic. This is nothing but the change of order, my dear students. Change of order is very beautiful topic, and I will definitely tell you right now that I will be teaching you in the superb manner, that is change of order, dear students. Now the number next is what, the area, length and volume. That means there is nothing but what, application of multiple integral. This is nothing but area, length and volume. And in volume part we have two types of, right, volume. The first volume is directly volume of solid, and the second part is what volume by the revolution, or revolving something, then the pseudo volume, which is nothing but what, volume of the revolution. Then number fourth is what, see, vector calculus. Vector calculus, my dear student, it is really important for our GATE examination, for all the branches. I'm saying for all the branches, right? So vector calculus is important. First, in vector calculus we have again three parts. The very first part is basic, the number two is what, differential vector calculus, and the number three is what, integral vector calculus. In differential vector calculus, in first in basic we have again same concept like class 12 and like physics like physics, okay, and like also class 12 also. And we have in some kind of exam, in some kind of question, we have the concept of velocity and vector mix. So it is nothing but the physics, right? And again in the differential vector calculus, my dear students, in differential vector calculus we have what, three topics. This is nothing but divergence, gradient and curl, or you can say gradient, divergence and curl, right? This is nothing but the very important part, because in the vector differential calculus, learning these three will be used in our what, vector integral calculus, dear students. In vector integral calculus, my dear students, in vector integral calculus we have two basic theorems. The very first is Gauss divergence theorem. The Gauss divergence theorem is related with divergence, and after Gauss divergence theorem we will have the another relationship for vector integral calculus. We have the relationship between double and triple, single and double integral. So we have the Stokes-Curl theorem. So here we will use curl, right? So divergence and curl both are really important. And in the application part we have the directional derivative, my dear students, and for directional derivative we need to use what, gradient. We need to use gradient, so gradient is also very important. Fine. So this is nothing but our vector calculus. And yes, vector calculus part and integral part are really important, the mixture of both. Fine. It is not very important that you just ask to evaluate the area. It is important that you, if I'm mixing two questions, that means if area from the integration can be mixed in the Stokes theorem, then it will be a superb question. And this is the trick of the GATE examination. They can mix probability with the maximum minima, they can mix maximum minima with the differential equation, so they can mix, right? So number 5 is my favorite, that is maximum minima. Okay, dear students, so maximum minima we have two types. That number 1 is what? One independent variable, and number 2 is what? Two independent variable. And maximum minima is not very important topic, but yes, it is easy topic to get the marks, because it is in maximum minima. What is the maximum minima? It is nothing but the application of differential calculus. Fine. Then application of differential calculus, it is easy, because we need to what? Have a differentiation. Really important part is what? A differentiation. So we can differentiate 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. So the successive differentiation, here we need to use only 2 time differentiation. For the maximum minima, only 2 time differentiation will be used. So there is no problem at all. We can do it, right? So in maximum minima, we have what? The very first thing. The very first is what? One independent variable, and second is what? Two independent variable. And the maximum minima, we will use the concept of differentiation, and the differentiation concept is initiated by the function, limit and continuity. So going through the maximum minima, will let us have the chapter 6. This is nothing but what? The basic of calculus and mean value theorem. In the basic of calculus, my dear students, I'll be dealing the limit part, the continuity, and the differentiability, right? And after limit, continuity and differentiability, we'll start what? The theorems. We have the 3 theorems in mean value theorem. The very first theorem you can see Rolle's mean value theorem, Lagrange's mean value theorem, and the third is what? Cauchy's mean value theorem. So we'll be dealing 3 mean value theorems, which are nothing but a simplest is statement, and we'll be dealing in the geometric form and relating the maxima minima, dear students. So don't worry about it. It is, yes, less important. I'm saying it is less important, but yes, we just go through the maxima minima and the mean value theorem. And number 7, my dear students, is nothing but the complex. But please, for the civil engineering, the complex is not what we can say in the syllabus. And for chemical students, what we have only the basic part of complex, not the complex integral, dear students, right? But for the mechanical, for electronics, for electrical, and for the other branches, the complex is really very important, especially for electronics and telecommunication branch, especially for electrical branch. The complex part is really very important. So you just need to have the complex part. Complex, again, I'm dividing the complex into 3 parts. The very first part is what? Basic. Sorry. The second part is what? Differential part. In differential part, what we are having is analytic function. This analytic function is really important. Cauchy-Riemann equation is really important. Entire function is really important. Harmonic function is really important, right? Conjugate harmonic function is really important. So this function in what? In the complex part, but yes, differentiation part. So what do we mean? What is this? It is nothing but what? The differentiation part of the complex. That's it. And in the integral part, what will be in the integral part, dear students? In the integral part, we are having what? The number 1, residue theorem. See second, Cauchy's integral theorem, Cauchy's integral formula, Cauchy's theorem. So residue theorem, Cauchy's theorem, Cauchy's integral formula, and again the complex integral. See at the top, complex integration. Dear students, it is nothing but a formula based or theorem based thing in which you just need to integrate, or you just have the contour, you just need to find the poles inside, outside, on. Really important and really easy. I am saying it is easiest thing, right? So this is nothing but our complex. And yes, before going to the series expansion, we need to have the complex series expansion, because in chapter number 8 I'm having what? Series expansion, right? Series expansion. Okay, series expansion mixing with what? Limits. And limits is really easy. We have done with previous in chapter number 6 also, and now I'm going to deal again limit. So That time we just have what? Existence of limit. This time in chapter number 8, if you are learning limit, that means you have to evaluate the limit. Evaluation of the limit, that means nothing but the L'Hospital or the standard result form, right? So in L'Hospital method, it is important to just need to have where you can apply the L'Hospital method and where not. This is easy, right? In the series expansion, we have two series. Number 1, Maclaurin series. Number 2, Taylor series, right? So it is easy. And in the Taylor series, what we need, what is the main purpose in GATE examination? It is to ask the find the coefficient of this value, something value, or coefficient of F triple dash, F double dash. So it is easy, right? But this all 8 chapters are one-sided and the next chapter is differently important. And yes, but in GATE 2020, it is dramatical change with this chapter, probability. In GATE 2020, there are rare question of probability, but yes, my dear students, it is important topic. So probability, it is an entire, what we can say, the whole syllabus. The linear algebra equal to the probability, and that equal to the rest all. Fine, you are getting my point? The linear algebra equal to the probability and equal to the rest all. So in what? In time consumption, right? So here I am having the probability, again starting with what? The very first basic part. Yes, the very first basic part. In basic part, what we are having? Sample space, events, types of events, mutual exhaustive, mutual exclusive, right? These all things. Second, conditional probability, where you can need the where you can have the permutation combination or where you're not. That means where to apply the conditional probability, how to check the mutual exhaustive event, how you can say it is the conditional probability or it is dependent event. So this all things are in what? Basic part. Next I'm having what? Distribution. Fine. Next I'm having what? Distribution. In distribution part, we have 3 parts, right? Binomial, Poisson and normal distribution, right? It is important, and yes, the distribution part is important, really important. But yes, my dear students, it is easy also because it is formula based. But very important thing is what? You need to decode the word problem first. You are getting my point. If you are good at English and you can decode it finally, then there is no problem. Just apply what is need to be applied in that question. Fine. But you are just learning, you are just reading the question and you are not able to decode the question, then you cannot solve the probability, my dear students, getting it. So please remember it. First decode. So basic part is really important, where you can see or where you can learn how to decode it, right? The basic part with the plenty of questions. I'm not saying 1 or 2 question. You can just have 1 or 2 question and enjoy, and you can have the all type of varieties and you can solve. Or no. It is not like that. Just have the basic part. No need to solve the JEE question. No need to solve the JEE question. I'm saying again, no need to solve the JEE kind of question. Just solve your GATE previous year whole. But yes, it is important that you just solve by it your own without seeing the solution. It is important, right? Then binomial, normal, and what we are having? Poisson. Okay. Now after it, we are having very important topic. This is nothing but random variables. Fine. Random variables. What do we mean by random variables? Random variables is nothing but what? It is related with the probability with what? Real, what we can say, the representation of sample space into a real number line system. It is nothing but referred as variate or random variable, my dear students. Fine. So in random variables, we are having what? We are having 5 important things, which is nothing but the expectation, that is the mean value. We are having the whole area. We are dealing this by the graphical part, by the signal part, graphical part. This is really important to have this kind of question graphically, right? So graphical part, we will deal in random variable, expectation, expected value, mean value, or what we can say variance, standard deviation, right? RMS value, all these values. And again, the important thing is what it is in our, what we can say, electronics and telecommunication branch also. So do not solve if you are of electronics and telecommunication, then it will be easy for you. But yes, if you are not electronics and telecommunication branch, do not solve the electronic question, because that can be a random variable kind of question. So you just if you are mechanical branch student, so you just need to solve your variety of question. That is enough for you, right? That is enough for you, I am telling you. Definitely that is enough for you. Now after random variable, what we are having is statistics part. For your GATE examination, no need to worry, just have what I am giving you, that is sufficient for you. And last but not least, number 10 is nothing but our numerical methods. Fine. In numerical methods, we have again three, because it is numerical methods is nothing but the methods, right? So we have three different branches. First, solution of nonlinear and linear equations. The second, solution of the first order first degree differential equation. And number third is what? Solution of the numerical integration, right? In first part we are having was what? Bisection method. See, bisection method, a regular falsi method, Newton-Raphson method. Fine. And among all, Newton-Raphson, see here we can have Newton-Raphson with the red color. That means Newton-Raphson method is really very important. Fine. And it is in the whole, means the complete part is for all branches. I'm saying is for all branches. The differential part, right? The differential part is for all branches. Again, we have the Euler method. We have what? The Runge-Kutta method. Runge-Kutta order 1, order 2, order 3, order 4. We are having the Runge-Kutta method, right? I will give you some kind of tricks to evaluate the Runge-Kutta method or relate with the Euler method and difference between them. That means the error in these methods we will be dealing, right? So error part is also important, my dear students. In number next, you can see the numerical integral for the numerical methods, but yes, it is not in our GATE examination. For electronics and electrical branch, for all other branch we have the numerical integration. The very first you can see here the trapezoidal method, my dear students, and Simpson's method, right? So trapezoidal and Simpson method is nothing but just to add or just to sum up. That's it. So we have the formula. But numerical method is not only the formula, it is nothing but the theory part, the concept, where to use, why you can use 1/3 method but not 3/8 method, because in Simpson's method we have two methods. By default is 1/3, and again if it is asked to evaluate 3/8, then we can use Simpson's 3/8 method as well, my dear students. But yes, it is important that the formula is important, there is no problem. But yes, for complete mathematics, formula key points are important. But yes, the theoretical part and the basic part is really important. So I'll be dealing this complete mathematics from the basic, from the 0 level to upper level till your GATE or above examination. Fine. You're getting my point? So my dear students, no need to worry for anything in the sense what? For anything. That means what? If I'm starting this syllabus and I'll be dealing the complete syllabus in most probably 50 hours approximately. So if this 50 hours you are with me, then there is no worry for GATE mathematics. I am promising you, there is no problem at all, right? But yes, the second important thing is what? This is what? Two-way learning process. That means what? I am delivering the lecture, you are learning with me. If you are learning with me, you need to practice. This is really important. And if you are practicing, then do need to worry, dear students, right? So this is nothing but what? All the 10 chapters. And yes, sometimes we will use in the middle of the integration, sometimes we can use the Laplace part. So Laplace and Fourier, we will be dealing mathematics, and I'll be giving you the basic of these two things in the mid of the syllabus that can be used as a what? Tool for the mathematics, my dear students. So there is nothing to worry. Just have a faith, and just have a faith in me, in the Team GATE Academy. Then definitely you will get a superb mark as well as the superb result in your GATE 21 and 22 if you are preparing for the 22 GATE examination, right? So again, I'm briefing chapter number 1, linear algebra, then differential equation. We have the integration part, we have the vector part, we have the maxima minima, then the mean value theorem, and again we have the complex part, followed by the limit series and limit and series part. Then after the very important, this is nothing but the probability, and we have finally conclude the complete mathematics with numerical method, right? So this is nothing but the intro, this is nothing but the introduction part of whole gate mathematics. See, exactly same I have given for the PDGD student of Hindi. That means what? Hindi in the sense what? Hindi in the sense what? The explanation part is in Hindi. All other things are completely in English. That means what? If I am dictating a note, or if I am saying something, or if I am dictating a theorem, or if I am writing something, this is completely in English. But yes, for the explanation part, I am using the mother tongue. This is nothing but the Hindi. That can be easy for them to understand. If your mother tongue is not Hindi, that means if you are like from the south side of people, or from the West Bengal, or from the upper east side of having that means what? If you are not able to understand in Hindi, then definitely this will help to understand the complete mathematics in the same style of GATE Academy team and same style of me for mathematics for this entire syllabus, dear students. So have a faith, and let's start the game with engineering mathematics. Thank you so much.